All right, so I've created slip knot. I've got burnt orange on the hook. Let's make some chains, 21 chains. I'm going to do them fairly loose so that it's a little bit easier to work with in the stitches. So turn over, trying to keep these loose. 1, 2, 3, 19, 20, 21. So you can go down and count your V's. I'm going to crochet into the back bump. So here's my front V's. So crochet into there if I really wanted to. I'm going to crochet into this back bar because I want my edge to be smooth. See all those little bars? So that's how I'm going to do it. You don't have to do that. You do it however your heart desires. Okay, 1 single crochet into the second chain from the hook. So again, I'm doing the back bump. So there's my first bump, second bump. And do 1 single crochet. And then 1 single crochet into each. So basically, we're just doing simple single crochets all the way down. And then we got to counter stitches and make sure that we have 20 when we're done. So we'll go all the way down this chain. Go into the back bar if you want to or not. Get yourself to 20 stitches. Don't forget to go into the last one. That one can be sneaky. Hide. And then I always mark my final stitch, especially when I'm doing something like this one, or increasing, decreasing. You can put a marker on that. I usually put a marker on my first one too, so that when I get back to it, I know I'm going into the right one. So just, use stitch markers as you see fit. Okay, and then make sure you count. First row matters a lot for your count. And remember, you're counting those V's on top. So let's make sure I've got 20. I have 20. Make sure you're using the burnt orange. I almost used clementine by accident. All right, and then it says we are going to turn. Okay, 1 chain, 2 single crochets into the first stitch. So we're doing an increase here. So see my V's here. Do 1 and 2. And then we'll do 1 single crochet all the way down and then do 2 more at the end. So we end up with 24 stitches. So meet you at the end. Back at the other end, and I marked it so I know I'm going into the correct stitch. And because we're at the very end here, we will do 2 single crochets into the same stitch. 1 and 2. And I'm going to stop and count. Make sure that I have 24 stitches. Okay, and I counted across. I have 20 stitches, not 24 yet. I was looking on the next row. 22 stitches because we increased by 2. All right, this is kind of the same thing. I'm on row 3 now. I turn to my work. I'm going to chain 1 for my turning chain. And same thing on the third row. You're going to do 2 single crochets in the first and last stitch. So just an increase. So 1 single crochet and in that same stitch, 2 single crochets. We're going to do this all the way down. 1 single crochet, 1 single crochet in each stitch across until we get to the other end. And we'll do another increase. And now we should be at 24 stitches. Okay, I double checked my count. I'm at 24 stitches. I had an increase in the first and the last stitch. I'm going to turn my work. Now we're doing the fourth row. Chain 1, chain 2, maybe 2 chains. But the 2 chains, it's not counting as a stitch. Okay, so we're going to do half double crochets now. And it's saying 1 half double crochet into the first stitch. Don't miss that first stitch right there. Just 1 into the stitch this time. This first stitch. And then we're going to do 2 half double crochets in this next stitch. So 2, I see in my head, increase. So I do it as I'm going along. And then 1 half double crochet into each stitch till we get back down to the end with those last 2 stitches. So just doing half double crochets all the way down until we reach those final 2 stitches. And then we'll mirror what we did here in the beginning. Keep going with your half doubles. Okay, I'm back to the end. I have 2 stitches left here. So we're going to do 2 half double crochets in the second to last. So in my head I say increase. And then 1 more half double crochet into this final stitch. And then I'm going to stop and count because I should have 26 stitches across. Okay, and I had 26 stitches across. I do count every row. Now we're on to the 5th row. I've already turned. We're going to do 2 chains, but they do not count as a stitch. 1 and 2. This is a repeat of the previous row. We do 1 half double crochet into that first stitch, and we do 2 half double crochets to the next stitch. So I say increase all in the same stitch. And then we'll do half double crochets all the way down, same thing till we reach those final 2 stitches. Still going here, half double crochets. I decided last night as I was, just recording myself doing these. I don't know if these are actually helpful videos to anyone. I'm by no means an expert crocheter. I'm like a solid intermediate, and I've done a lot of blankets. I've done a lot of Sirdar, done a few Sirdar blankets now. But this is my first time working this pattern too. So I feel like this is less of a tutorial and more like, hey, you want to crochet with me and figure this out? Because I haven't like pre-practiced this before I'm filming myself. I do not have time. I'm literally just filming myself at it's like 6:30 in the morning right now. Filming myself as I'm working through this. I have a friend that I'm making these videos for, and then I just posted them online and other people watch them. But really, they're just for her. So she'll do this blanket with me. Okay, so here we go. We got to the end. And then we're going to do 2 half double crochets into the next stitch. So we'll do increase, 2 half double crochets. Don't miss your final stitch right there. Use a stitch marker if you need it. Okay. Looking curly. That's okay. I'll honestly probably block mine before I sew it onto the center just so it looks nice and smooth. Okay, I'm going to count my stitches. 5th row, you should have 28. Hot dog, I had 28. Moving on. 6th row. Turned my work. 1 chain, 2 chains, and this one is 1 half double crochet in each stitch to the last, and then the end is a little different. So we did 2 chains of, there's 1 half double crochet, so that's like equivalent to 2, so we'll do 2 on the other end, it'll match. Won't that be nice? Okay, just do half double crochets all the way down. Don't forget your final stitch in round 6 is an increase. So 2 half double crochets into the same stitch. Increase. Okay, stop and count. You should have 29. 29 stitches, not including the 2 chain. So the increase was only on one side, really. 7th row. 1 chain, 2 chain, 1 half double crochet into the first stitch. Boom, boom. Miss 2 stitches. 1, 2. 1 single crochet into the next stitch. And now we're doing a cross stitch. This is essentially what this is. So we're going to work backwards into what we missed, okay? So we're going to do 1 half double crochet into the second missed stitch. So we're looking, look on the back if it's easier for you, but I can see right here my 2 little missed stitches right in there. There's the first one. Here's the second one. See it? If I kind of bend the stitches over, you can see it right there. Okay, so we're working. We did a single crochet into this one. We're going to go backwards. We're going to do 1 half double crochet into the second missed stitch, yarn over. You're going to have to give yourself some extra thread to get into this and work in front of, don't come behind all weird, work in front of that single crochet. And we're going to make our way through that first stitch. I get it, it's hard to find. It's that hole right there. So this is a half double crochet, so yarn over, pull up 3 loops, yarn over, go through all 3. And then it tells us we're going to do 1 double crochet into that first missed stitch. So that's why we skipped 2. We're going back to them now. So there was the first one. Now we're working backwards. Here's the second one right there. So yarn over. Again, go in front of everything. Pull through a loop. And I kind of pull mine up tall so that it'll cross over correctly. Yarn over, pull through 2. Yarn over, pull through 2. And give it till the next one and it'll look right, okay? And then it says we repeat from the start to the last. So we're going to now miss 2 more stitches. 1, 2. And we're going to do 1 single crochet into this stitch, single crochet right here. And now this will look a little better. So see, you made a cross stitch. You crossed your stitches over the first one that you made. I'll show you. I don't know if it's easier to see. If I move this, this might be easier to see. Okay, so we skipped 2 stitches. We did 1 single crochet. Now, let's look at what we're doing. You can see your missed stitches if you look carefully. You've got more stitches going on here now. So it's a little harder to see. There's your first missed stitch right there. There's your second missed stitch right there. That's a single crochet you just made. So we're essentially going to work backward. We're going to do a half double crochet in this one and a double crochet in this one because we want to cross the stitches over. Make a nice cross stitch for a pumpkin. We'll do half double crochet first, yarn over into this first stitch right here, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3. Now we're going to do our double into the first, yarn, miss stitch, yarn over, pull it through that hole all the way through the work. Pull up your loop. I kind of give mine a stretch so it crosses over appropriately. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Your second stitch is longer though, so that it will stretch farther. So, okay, it repeats now. Okay, so the part that usually trips me up with a cross stitch is it's hard to see where my first single crochet went into. And then I end up not skipping the right stitches enough, so I can barely see. It actually went into this one, so that, and my double crochet kind of lays over it. That doesn't count as your first skip stitch for the next round because you already technically did a single crochet in there. So I would skip 1, 2. So I've already had to undo this once because I messed that up. You'll just keep an eye out for that. Half double crochet into the second missed stitch, double crochet into the first skipped stitch. It's coming. Skip 1, skip 2. I think the hardest part is sometimes it's just hard to see which stitch you're supposed to be going into. I also just washed my hands. Now the yarn is like not pulling through my hands very nicely. Okay, and look, I can see I'm off. Because I have 2 stitches left and I should only have 1 left. So I messed up somewhere along here. So I'm gonna have to undo it. I skipped too many stitches somewhere along the line. So okay, so now on to the 8th row. It's simple. It's just 2 chains, 1 half double crochet in every stitch across. You should have 30. If you don't have 30, you did something wrong on the previous row. So counter stitches. She says 9 clusters. It's 9 clusters or 30 stitches. It's the same thing. So just go all the way down and you should have 30. Okay, 9th row. This one's really simple as well. You're going to chain 1, chain 2, and it's 1 half double crochet all the way down. And when you get to the very last stitch on the end, you're going to do an increase. So we should end the round with 31 stitches. So I'm just doing my half double crochet all the way down. And the final stitch, I'll make it an increase. I'll put 2 half double crochets into that same stitch. Okay, all the way down. I'm at my last stitch now. Going to make sure I do 2 half double crochets into this stitch because this is an increase. Okay, I'm going to stop and count. Make sure I'm at 31. All right, I'm going to turn my work here. Now it says for rows 10, 11, and 12, it's just half double crochets all the way down in each stitch. So for the next 3 rows, just do half double crochets and make sure you're keeping your count correct. So count each time and make sure you're staying at 31 stitches. So starting with row 10, it's literally no increases, nothing, just half double crochets all the way down up through row 12. So I'll meet you when I'm done with that. All right, I completed my 12th row. I made sure I had 31 stitches, rows 10 through 12. Now for row 13, we're going to start doing some decreases. So chain 1, chain 2, 1 half double crochet into each stitch across. And then on the final stitch, 2 stitches of this round, we're going to have to double crochet 2 together because we're going to start making the pumpkin smaller again. That is a decrease stitch. So let me get all these half double crochets down the row, and then I'll show you how to half double crochet 2 together, those final 2 stitches for round 13. I'm down to my last 2 stitches On row 13, we're going to, where it says HDC 2 TOG. That's half double crochet, 2 together. We're decreasing. So here's how you do it. I've got 2 stitches left, yarn over, insert in the second to last stitch, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, just leave them. I'm not going to complete it yet until you insert into the next stitch. Yarn over, insert into that final stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. You should have 5 loops on your hook now. Yarn over, pull through all 5 loops. So you crochet those last 2 stitches together because we're making the pumpkin come down smaller on this side. That was half double crochet, 2 together. And then count, you should have 30 stitches. Now for the 14th row, we're going to chain 1, chain 2, and we're doing the exact same thing. We're going to do 1 half double crochet in every stitch across. And then when we get to the very end, we're going to half double crochet 2 together, those final 2 stitches. Okay, round 14. I'm on my last 2 stitches, so we're going to do that half double crochet 2 together. Yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over, insert into that last stitch. Yarn over, pull up a loop, 5 loops on the hook. Yarn over, pull through all 3. And now we should have decreased down to 29 stitches. 15th row, 2 chain, 1 and 2. This is the cross stitch row again, essentially. Okay, 1 half double crochet into the first stitch, miss 2 stitches, 1, 2, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, yarn over, 1 half double crochet into this second missed stitch, yarn over, because we're going to do a double crochet into that first missed stitch. It's right there. Yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. And then look and see here. This is kind of being tugged. I can see it's where my first single crochet was. Skip 1, skip 2, single crochet, yarn over, half double crochet, 1 stitch back, and then a double crochet, another other stitch back. Oh, mine is tugging. Slipped a stitch right there. Yarn over. Let's get it all the way through this stitch this time so it doesn't tug. There we go. Pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, and I can see I was in that one. Skip 1, skip 2. All right, and if you counted your stitches right, when you go to do your last cross stitch, you'll skip 1, skip 2, and you should have 2 stitches left. And you'll do a single crochet into the second to the last one, then do your cross stitch pattern. So we do half double, and then into that first skip stitch, a double, and then in the final stitch to match the beginning, we're going to do 1 half double crochet. You should have 9 clusters, or you can count, and you should have 28 stitches. So my clusters, that's a cluster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is not a cluster. That's a half double crochet from my beginning stitch. Okay, turn. Okay. 16th row, 2 chain, yarn over, because we're going to do 1 half double crochet in each of these stitches until we get to the very last 2 stitches, and then again we're decreasing, so we're going to do half double crochet 2 together on the last 2 stitches of row 17. Okay, I'm on my last 2 stitches, so we're going to half double crochet 2 together, yarn over, pull the loop, yarn over into this last stitch, yarn over, pull through all 5 loops. I'm going to pause and count and make sure I am at 28 stitches, and then I'll show you row 17. Okay, we're at 28 stitches. Row 17. Chain 1, chain 2. Now we're doing a decrease over the first 2 stitches and the last 2 stitches. So we're starting out with yarn over, pull up a loop, then yarn over into the next loop, pull up a loop, 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 5, and then do the rest. Now you're just doing 1 half double crochet, everything across. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, oops, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. And now my last two stitches are going to be combined, which puts me at 26. So last two stitches also a decrease. Half double crochet two together, yarn over, pull the loop, 3 loops on hook, yarn over, insert into that last stitch, flip a loop, 5 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 5. So row 18 is going to be done the same way that you do half double crochet two together on either end. And then that way you should check your count. You should be decreasing then to 24 stitches. Okay, I'm picking back up now on row 19. One chain, and we're going to single crochet two together now. So to do this, insert, pull up a loop, insert into the next stitch, pull up a loop, pull through all 3. We're going to do one single crochet across until we get to the last 2 stitches, and we'll do a single crochet two together again. Okay, I'm almost to the end. I have 3 left, and this is stitch number 21. Now we'll single crochet 2 together so that I can hit 22. So into this stitch, pull up a loop, into this stitch, pull up another loop, slip the stitch. Try that again. Pull up one loop, into this last stitch, another loop, pull through all 3. That takes me to 22 stitches. So we had a decrease at the beginning and the end of this row. And then row 20, you're doing the exact same thing, a single crochet 2 together decrease on the beginning and the end to get you to 20 stitches. So chain 1, do your single crochet decrease, single crochet 2 together. So 2 loops on the hook, insert into your next stitch, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3, a single crochet 2 together. Do that all the way across and then do it to your last 2 stitches. Your count should be 20 stitches now. Okay, I'm at my final 2 stitches. So this was number 19, and then I'm going to single crochet 2 together. So last 2 stitches should give me to 20 stitches. And then final row, row 21, one chain, just a one single crochet to the end. Final check of your count. You should have 21. I'm sorry, you should have 20. For row 21, you should end with 20 stitches. That's confusing. All right, that's it. We're going to fasten off. I have 20 stitches across my final burnt orange row. I'm going to fasten that off. And now my pumpkin's a little like wonky and kind of narrow. Like it doesn't look exactly how I want it. I'm going to block it to be the exact shape that I want it to be before I put it on my blanket. And we're also going to really clean it up now with clementine. This clementine is what is going to give us the border around the pumpkin. And she doesn't give a count because this part is truly just decorative and to make it even. So just without turning, you know, where we ended off right here, we're going to just join into that stitch, same stitch right here. I'm going to join clementine. We'll chain 1 here. And we're just going to work single crochets down the pumpkin. Again, no specific count in mind, just trying to give it a nice even border and accent it with the clementine. So this is really just to help even out the piece. Now when you get to the top and bottom, that is a little bit easier because you have actual stitches that you can go into, but for these sides of the pumpkin, the sides of your work, there's not an exact, she doesn't give an exact stitch count. Probably what I'll do is I'll work down this side, kind of see how it looks. Do I like how it's working up, how it looks? I'll count these stitches and then I'll try to match it on the other side. So I'm just going to keep going, making my single crochets down to try to even out my work, give it a decorative border, and I'll see how it's looking before I start the next sides. So now I'm approaching my side that actually has some stitches, which I like. I'll make it easier. I'm going to kind of do maybe 1 right here, and maybe then I'll start, maybe I'll do 2 right here and pretend it's kind of like I'm coming around a corner. And then I'll start going into these stitches. because I went into the back bar for my chain when I started that first round, I now have some stitches that I can easily go into here at the bottom. I started going around to the other side, and I mean, this is like the top and the bottom kind of right here, and I decided I don't like the two in this corner here where I did double. I don't like the way it looks. It doesn't look smooth enough for me, so I'm gonna take that out. And then as I'm working along, what was the side of our work? Since there's really no specific thing for me to go into, I literally am just finding some spaces, seeing what looks right. I mean, I'm just making it up as I go. And there's not even really a count we're aiming for here. I didn't even count the other side. So I'll just single crochet along here to try to even things out for our top of the pumpkin. But this is kind of the wild, wild west of single crochets here. Kind of just do whatever. Get some in there. Try to make them look even. All right, keep going. Okay, I finished that side. Now I'm approaching what was the very last row, top of my work. And now I have some stitches to go into again, which is nice. So I'll just do a single crochet in each stitch all the way across. Till I am back where I started with this clementine. All right, I'm back where I started. I'm just going to slip stitch into that first single crochet. And I'm going to fasten this off for now because the rest of the clementine is surface crochet, which means working on top of the work. I'm pretty pleased with that. It's pumpkin-esque. So now I guess I'll just kind of look at it and decide what I want to be the top of my pumpkin and what I want to be the bottom of my pumpkin. Probably I'll make this smaller, whichever one looks a little bit smaller, I'll make the top of my pumpkin. Honestly, they look identical though, so I think maybe I'll make where I fastened off the top. Okay, so now we will surface crochet a line at either side of each ridge. All right, so let's surface crochet, and it does help if you have the picture that she provides out in front of you to understand where you should put these. Okay, but let's do these. Okay, now we can surface crochet. So here's my pumpkin was like this. I turned it back like this, and here's my row of cross stitches, and then I have like this little gap of rows in between them. That's where I'm going to work these surface crochets in the clementine. So pull up a loop, and then I'm going to go just into the next hole, pull through like I'm doing a slip stitch. Okay, and then I'm just moving into the next most obvious gap here, pull up a loop, slip stitch, kind of like you're chaining, or just like slip stitching all the way down. So see, there's my next gap right there. See, kind of between those stitches. I don't think you would have to do it in this exact spot. I mean, I think you could just do it wherever it makes the most sense to you. But I'm literally just holding my thread on the back of the work back here, my yarn, and then I'm just going down the line, picking up that working yarn, pulling it through, and pulling it through again, like I'm doing a slip stitch for the chain. So I'll do this all the way till I get to the top, and then I'll slip stitch it to the end. And then I'll repeat this process of surface crocheting 4 times. So I'll do one, and then I'll do another round. Maybe I'll do them like kind of in those gaps. I'm kind of guessing. I'm trying to tell from the picture. And then I'll do one set here, and then I'll maybe do another set there. I'll give it a try. It's hard to do on camera because I want to hold it closer to my face and kind of bend my work while I do it. I like to kind of, I don't know, fold my work in half. It just makes it easier while I'm trying to pull these through and keep them kind of the same size. So I'm going to work on that now. Okay, I actually just went ahead and crocheted the vines. Those were pretty simple with the lemongrass, just working down the chain until it twirls itself. So I made both vines, and then I wasn't going to record myself doing the stalk in chocolate because I thought, oh, this is simple, and then it was kind of confusing. So I changing my mind, I undid it so I could record myself doing it, and I'll do it neater this time anyway. Okay, so for the pumpkin stalk, oh, that was giant. We need to make 7 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay, then it's 1 double crochet into the 4th chain from the hook, and you can't go into the back bump or this won't work. So 4th chain from the hook is 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 double crochet to this 4th chain from the hook, and then those missed chains count as a stitch. Then 1 double crochet into each of the next 3 chains. Got 1, 2, and 3. So you should have 5 now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then you're going to turn your work. Then we're going to do 1 chain, 1 single crochet into the first stitch, 2 single crochets into this next stitch. 1 and 2. We're going to do that again. 1 single crochet into this stitch, then 1 and 2 single crochets into the next stitch. And now we're going back and working on the other side of the chain, because we only picked up 1 loop of that chain. So, and we're not turning anymore, we're just continuing around, and we're capturing in the chain, remember, starts on the side right here. So right here on the side, there's one of the chains. There it goes. 1 single crochet in that one. Now I'm going to completely be turning it to try to pick up this next chain right here. And we'll do 2 single crochets in this one. And we'll keep moving down. We'll do 1 single crochet in that chain. Then we'll do 2 single crochets in this chain, and they like to hide and get smaller as you're putting stitches into them. And then it says do 1 single crochet in each of the final 2 chains. So this would be 1 single crochet, and then that's our last one back where we started here. And this loop is so tiny at this point, I'm just going to go through this whole 1 single crochet, and then we fasten off, but leave some ends to attach it to your work later. Pull that tight, and there you have a little pumpkin stem. All right, now I will make one of the small leaves. You have to make several of these small leaves in all the different colors it has listed there, but I'll just make the 1 lemongrass one because that's what we need for the pumpkin. But make sure you make all the leaves in the colorways listed in the pattern. All right, so it says chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to do 1 single crochet in the 2nd chain from the hook. 1, 2, right here. Then we're going to make these stitches bigger now to grow the leaf. 1 half double crochet into the next stitch. So yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. Now we need to get even bigger. 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and do another double crochet into the next stitch, pull through 2, pull through 2. And then on this last stitch, it's a lot. We're going to put 5 treble crochets into the last stitch, and then we're going to come and work back around this side. So let's do treble is yarn over once, yarn over twice, going in this last stitch right here. Yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. There's 1 treble. We have to make 5. That's 1. That's 2. That's 3. 4. 1 more. 5. So we got 5 trebles miraculously into this last stitch. Now we're going to go back down the other side. So we're going to rotate our work this way. So we went into the last stitch. So now these stitches, these chains are pulled so tight. So I'm going to do my best to work into them. I'm actually going to have to grab my darning needle and kind of tug on the loop a little bit because it is pulled so tight. Make a gap for myself here. Okay, and it wants us to do 1 double crochet in each of the next 2 stitches, 1 half double crochet in the next stitch, 1 single crochet into the last stitch. So I think the last stitch is actually this one. So this would be single crochet here, half double here, double here. Just making sure I'm going into the right stitches because it's like hard to see. So I'm like working backwards here. So I think it's this one. One double into this stitch, then next chain, one double into this stitch, next chain, this is a half double, and then this last one is a single, and then it says we slip stitch into the first single crochet, which is right here on the other side, to close. Pull through, pull through. Okay, now we're going to surface crochet along this center join right here to make the leaf have a nice little line. So don't fasten off yet. Just we're going to come right back down the middle of this. So it's like a made up stitch kind of. So we're going to pull through, and then just like you're doing a slip stitch, keep pulling through. I'm actually going to turn mine this way now. It's just easier for me. I'm going to look for the next hole I can go into in the middle here. Pull through, pull through. Okay, let me look for the next hole. I see it right there. And then on the back of my work, I'm just pulling this all the way through. Pull through, like a little slip stitch, little chain kind of. And I'm just looking for the next hole in the center of this work. So I'm going. Keep slip stitching. Already went into that hole. I don't think I have anywhere to go now. Maybe we'll go right here. And then I want it to go all the way to the edge. So I'm going to keep going on this middle stitch right here. Try to see if I can't get one more big one right here. There we go. I'm pretty happy with that. And I'm going to fasten off. I'm going to leave a longer tail. Oops. Leave a longer tail because I will want to attach this to the work later. Pull that tight. Now one little stitch poking out right here from a 2 loose treble crochet. I'm going to kind of tuck it into the back because it's driving me nuts. Poke that through like that. Okay, and there you have. That's very cute. A little pumpkin leaf with a surface crochet on the top and the little stem on the bottom. You got to make a bunch of those leaves, but this is all you need for the pumpkin. So I'm actually going to really quickly just steam all these little elements so that they look nice, and then I will attach them all to the center of the oatmeal. Okay, I still have some ends to weave in, but that is my center pumpkin square. I'm pretty pleased with it. It's not a perfect circle, but neither is a pumpkin, and it was so fun to work up. Yeah, I really like how that turned out, so good luck on making your pumpkin.